Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Starkside. While you're here, I do appreciate it if you support the channel by hitting that like button, and if you're new here, please hit that subscribe as well as the notification bell. So today we'll be talking about the Marvel Legends, The Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3's DRAX the Destroyer. So here we have DRAX in the windowless packaging for Marvel Legends. So at the front here, we get the movie logo for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. At the top, we get the team logo itself. At the side, we get an image of the Cosmo Build-A-Figure and a list of the figures for this wave. At the side, we get this nice artwork of DRAX the Destroyer. And at the back, we get this nice digital render of the figure with all the accessories that he comes with. Alright, let's get DRAX out of the packaging.
What? I think I'm stupid.
And here we have DRAX the Destroyer. So this review might contain spoilers for the movie, so spoiler warning for those who haven't seen the movie yet. But if you haven't seen the movie yet, what are you waiting for? Anyway, before we talk about the figure itself, let's go over the accessories. So besides the Build-A-Figure piece, DRAX doesn't come with a lot of accessories except for his knives here, which look good, I guess. I think this is sculpted really well. I like the sculpted engraving that we get here on the blade itself, as well as the lining, all these details that we get on the hilt. But I do wish the details were painted in properly instead of what we get here, which is just all gray. So I think using a darker shade of gray would have looked even cooler, and having the hilt painted differently would have also been great. And I do wish we got more accessories with DRAX here, so some alternate hands like fisted ones would have helped a lot with the posability options here. And looking at the figure itself, so starting with the head sculpt, I think this looks really cool. I think this looks really good. I think it captures the likeness of Dave Bautista as DRAX. I do think he's looking a bit to the side, so I would have preferred a head sculpt where he's just looking straight ahead, but I do love this a lot. I'm really loving all the sculpted details that we get on the head sculpt here, especially these details all over his face. The ones painted orange here, I think these look really great. We also get some lining in the forehead here, which I do appreciate a lot, considering how DRAX always looks like he's brooding. And I also want to share that I never had the chance to get all those previous Marvel Legends DRAX figures in the past, so I'm really pleased that I was able to get my hands on this one, and also at SRP. All those previous DRAX figures cost like nearly twice the price of this new one, so I'm really pleased that I have this figure. And looking at the rest of the figure, so when it was first revealed that the Guardians will be getting their uniforms, I was really excited for Star-Lord and Rocket, but not really looking forward that much for DRAX. Personally, I think DRAX wearing a shirt seems really weird. I do prefer a shirtless DRAX over any other outfit for the character, but I think having him wear the uniform was more of a story choice for the movie. I think it reinforces the fact that they're both a team and a family, so I'm not too bummed about this. Anyway, looking at the torso here, so I like the way this torso piece was done. I think all the small wrinkling details that we get here make it seem like he's too buff and too muscular for the suit, so I like that a lot. You also get some nice gold here on the Guardians logo, and like with other Guardians, you also get a movable belt here, and it's larger for DRAX as compared to the other ones. Moving on, the legs also look awesome, so I like how thick the legs are on this piece since DRAX is a very muscular character. We also get some slots here on the side of his boots for his knives, which for me is a fantastic detail to add. The boots themselves also look great. I think they look very detailed as well. So overall, I think the sculpt and paint-ups on this figure are amazing. Now let's go over the articulation for DRAX. So for my piece here, the neck articulation tends to get stuck most of the time. I might have to heat it. Ideally, DRAX can look up that far. Yep, that far. And yep, he can look down all the way as well. And his head does rotate, and we don't get any real neck pivot here. His arms can bend upward that far, right at a 90-degree mark, so that's great. And he can bend them down all the way as well. His shoulders do rotate 360. We get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. His wrists do rotate and move up and down. He has an ab crunch that allows him to bend forward that far, and backwards as well. He has a waist swivel. His legs can kick forward very far and quite a bit backwards. His hips move outward very far, so that looks great. He has an upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, so like Star-Lord, the legs seem to be reused and are not pinless, but the elbows are pinless. No boot rotation, which is kind of weird since all the other Guardians figures that I have so far from Volume 3 have boot rotation, even Rocket, which is a very small figure. And lastly, his ankles move up and down, and he has ankle pivot as well. Now for some figure comparisons, here's Drax next to all of the Guardians that I have. So we have Star-Lord, Rocket Raccoon, Mantis, Nebula, and since she has no Volume 3 figure yet, we have the Volume 2 Gamora. I already have the Deluxe Groot, so I will be reviewing that one next. And seeing Drax here together with some of the Guardians makes me super excited to have them all together in one frame. That would look really cool. So that's my review of the Marvel Legends The Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3's Drax the Destroyer. So despite the lack of accessories, I think this figure has awesome sculpt, awesome paint apps, and good articulation. So yeah, I love this figure. And if you're wondering where I got this figure, so I got this figure from WebToys. So if you want to check that out, there's a link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this figure. Let me know what you think of my review. Please leave a comment below. And if you like this video, I do appreciate it if you support the channel by hitting that like button. And if you still haven't, please hit that subscribe as well as the notification bell. You can also follow me on social media, links in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.